surprise, we are back. And we got the throw in today because Richard Hart documentary release date and trailer is out finally. Anticipation, I didn't really stop paying attention to it. I'm like, I don't know when it's going to come out. I don't want to think about it. It doesn't really matter. We're all been excited for 2 years, right? But I was like, all right, I'm just going to deprioritize this. I don't even care about the news. I heard rumblings back for the last few weeks from different people back and forth. But I'm like, I'm not even going to, and then at the PulseChain tour, I did see a few minutes sneak peek, and it was amazing. But I was still trying to keep myself tempered. I'm not going to try to get excited or anxious about it or anything. And I didn't. And then 2 or 3 days ago, they scheduled the premiere of the trailer, and it's got PP in it. It's got a mention of that, which is like the very first word Richard says. I saw somebody on Twitter saying, I wish he didn't say that. And I was like, you know what? I would have traded it for some more Prada or something myself. I'm okay with whatever. Either way, we can't control it. But funny enough, and then Richard's first response was, I just go to pull up Twitter real quick. It's pretty funny. His first, let's see. What was his first response? It was something about like the people in this. Yeah, here we go. The movie is coming to theaters next month, and the me you see in it died, replaced by humble me. Stay humble. It's conspiracy theories run amok. When he says it that way, it's pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, one day we'll see humble Richard, won't we? We will see him one day once he streams again. I think he's just waiting on good news to stream about. I think right now he just doesn't want to come out and stream when prices are down. He doesn't want to like the chat be full of just angst and people screaming about how everything's below sack rate or was below sack rate or otherwise. So I think when he streams, he just wants to like bring out the big guns. Like he really wants to talk about some cool stuff and have a lot of still cool stuff going on, other than, some people mad, some people accumulating, some people, have different opinions over. But anyways, if you'd like to get a seat, funny enough, I'm not going to be around that weekend for it. Of all weekends, it happened to premiere on that one, even though it's going to be in a city nearby, and then lots of other cities as well. If you want to take a look, feel free. I'll drop this in the chat too. Looks like a lot of people in chat got the tickets and stuff already. Boom, Scott got tickets. Johnny Hodler, what's happening? Also got tickets as well. Yeah, it's 2 more weeks. The movie's going to suck. Please, 2 more weeks. Tell me why it's going to suck, because I definitely don't think it's going to suck. Have you saw the trailer, sir? In my humble opinion, I think the trailer. I let somebody watch the trailer today, and they were like, "Whoa, that looks incredible." So I think it looks incredible too. A great question though is documentary sell. I've been thinking. I actually posted a poll on Twitter. Let's see. Yeah, what happens to Hex Price when the documentary comes out August 4th? Pump or not so much? I think most people have been saying not so much. Let's see. I'm not going to click it. You guys can tell me, but I think I don't want to mess up the stats or anything, but I think most of them has been not so much so far from what I remember. So we'll see. Will it be a buy the rumor, sell the news, or otherwise? It'll be interesting. I have no idea, but it'll be fun. It'll be popcorn. Another event to look forward to. Another cool thing happening. And yes, sir, the movie Eye Opener to Illusion of RH. Yeah, so maybe you're kidding about the other comment. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to people seeing. I'm looking forward to people seeing Richard, his full picture, his full story, his getting to know him more than just this flashy guy or humble guy or, him moving between things, or great debater, or, marketing guy, or however people see him as. I want them to see him as the full picture. And once they see the full picture, they can decide for themselves whether they like him, they hate him, they want to support him, they don't want to support him, they want to learn more, or they want to ignore it. But let them have the full picture first. And I'm hoping this documentary will tell the full picture. I hope it tells both sides. I hope it shows the stuff that a lot of people don't like, and I hope it tells the stories of all the people who like him for a lot of different reasons. They've helped them in various ways, more than just monetary wise. Scivive and all the self-development and all the good, healthy ideals for being a force for good in the world, as he likes to say it. I think it'll be good. Oh, the illusion. The illusion of RH. Well, we'll see. I think, yeah, like I said, either way, I'm cool either way. However, I know it's definitely not a puff piece from what I've heard so far, people who've got a preview, and I'm okay with it. I don't want there to be, yeah, like I said, I want people to see all sides and then decide for themselves. That is the best way, I think, to make a judgment, to make a decision, is to, have all the information, and then you decide from there. So the illusion, the enigma, the misinformed, or the underinformed, or the overinformed, I think everyone there, people who are really high on Richard may see it and be like, oh, he's not a god, and people who, I don't know what's not going to be my reaction as the RH maximalist. I think it can only, I can't see it. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know what my reaction will be. I imagine, I don't think it wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I'll be on stream sometime afterwards talking about my reaction to it, but I think it'll be even more endearing to people who have been following for a long time and who want people to see a deeper version of him that's not just buying Prada and showing off and talking smack and all this stuff. Like he has a mission. Like, you go to richardhart.com, you can see his mission too. He's been talking about that for years. He doesn't change his mission really. Like, he wants to work on longevity research and Scivive, be this great man who does all this great stuff for the world, minting millionaires, saving people's lives, all that stuff, figuratively and literally, all that stuff. So it'll be good. It'll be good. Very excited and very much looking forward to it. Love your streams. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I do try to make valuable streams, and this is what I'm watching on PulseChain. So I'm only probably going to go for maybe 30 minutes in total, so another 20 minutes or so. So if you have any questions, make sure you get them in sooner rather than later, because I'm just going to kind of bounce around a little bit on whatever's on my mind as far as PulseChain and Richard stuff goes. The chat of Chads gets the Donner comment showing on the screen. What's happening, Chad? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Make a note real quick, and I'll be right back. And Red Squirrel, what's happening, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Scott, hello. Crypto Gains Club, good to see you as well. Welcome to the show. Finbear, what's up, man? Thank you for those salutes. Appreciate it. Let's see. Hex, we talked about the documentary for a while, and what have I said before? I think it was I talked about the community doubling after it's released. It may take 6 months or a year, but I think it'll bring a lot more people eyes onto the product, onto the mission, onto the guy who's just interesting. Even people, again, Rich talked about this a million times. He's focused a lot on onboarding people who aren't even in crypto, because once you're in crypto, you probably already have your favorite one. It's a lot harder to get you away from your favorite one to come to the products we have, because you think yours is the best. It's just like that thing. So that's what, the Prada outreach marketing, all that stuff was for, to get no coiners into crypto and get them into our ecosystem. So this movie is going to reach a lot of no coiners, I suspect. And then a lot of those people, either maybe they've been crypto before, they kind of dabbled with it, they don't really have a favorite coin, or they've never been in it entirely. They may see this guy who's like, whoa, controversial, whatever, but he seems like he's out there doing some stuff. He seems like he's going to be around for a while. Seems really smart. And if I'm going to get into crypto, I'm going to, do that. Maybe I'll look at his products. So, Cody Cameron. My first reaction after watching the trailer, I'll share this with you. I was like, oh, that is so cool. But also it's set up in a way that makes it look like it kind of wants to draw people in to make it look like a scam, because there's so many mentions of that, so much push and pull back and forth between him debating with the two people I've never seen him have a conversation with. I think that was set up or something sometime that I don't think I recall seeing that before. The two people at the end, especially the guy and the woman at the table that he was talking to. And it's really set up that way, but I think it's strategic. I think it's strategic to make it look that way to get people more interested, because if it's kind of like, oh, this is just this good guy in crypto, who's going to want to see that, right? Honestly, I like the Brian Armstrong documentary on the Coinbase or Coin or whatever it's called. I thought it was interesting, but I'm into crypto, and I like people like that. I like these people in crypto who, trying for, you can disagree with them or whatever too, but they're like trying to do these things. They're trying to build this stuff. So that was fascinating to me, but I know most people do not care about that stuff. They would not click on that documentary when they have all these other choices. So them positioning it as this scandal or this potential scam or this guy being just seeming this way, I think it's strategic. And even though I'm like, I wish they would put some more, not a scam stuff in there or some more good stuff like that, I think they were just trying to funnel as many people in as possible, which, yeah, I mean, they know more about, attracting audiences and movies than I do. So, yeah, I feel you though, Cody. I was like, that if I didn't know Richard that well, I would definitely be like, oh, I'm gonna watch the scammer documentary thing. But maybe that's an interesting psychological point too, where what if a lot of people do go into it thinking that, and then they watch it and they're like, huh, well, he's definitely controversial, but I don't know, this stuff seems okay. Like he's already made all these people rich and he's got all this stuff and he's been successful himself and all these positive points too. So I hear you, man. I hear you. Cool. Movie's just marketing. Extra honest, you get 10% follows us. Yeah, you can run the numbers. 1% of people convert into holders who've seen it. We get X number of stuff. I don't know. I feel like that's like this not moon math, but it's almost like this. I think it's just, I don't know. It kind of makes me have expectations, and I try not to have that. I try not to be like, well, if we don't onboard at least 100K people from this movie, then it's a failure or something. I just think about like the people that see it, again, not just those 2 weeks, but it's going to be maybe on streaming platforms later, TBD. People are going to see it. It's going to be distributed one way or another around either the internet or maybe pirated, who knows, that stuff. But I think the more people who see it, either in theaters or otherwise, they'll get at least exposure. They'll be entertained, and they may, if they are interested in crypto, they could come to your ecosystem. And then I think that what I'm looking for is, how much does it only last for 2 days, or does it sell out so much that like the next few weeks, does this go viral? And like everyone's like, we need, they start selling out everywhere. The theaters are like, hey, can we show it longer? Should we show it longer? And it stays in there longer after that, or does it go, does this kind of advertisement for a streaming platform to think about picking it up, or motivation for that? A lot of numbers and a lot of data come out of this too. So I think those could be in our favor, they could not be. But even if not, let's just say worst case scenario, theaters don't sell out, they only show it for 2 days, we don't get a streaming platform anytime soon, I think still it's still out there, and it's still, I think people are going to watch it in other venues and other places over some period of time anyways. And we don't need everyone possible to see it like when it comes out, or the next month, or even this year. If we get people seeing this new documentary about crypto, especially when the bull market, if and when the bull market comes back, people are more interested in crypto, and they're like, oh, remember that documentary about that Hex stuff last year? Like, let me refresh myself and get into that. Maybe that's helpful too. So people could be watching this stuff for years. It'll be interesting. Hex on PulseChain is mooning. Is it? We'll check it in a minute. Check it. Gregory says, do you think it's better movie released in theaters straight to streaming platforms? I think for marketing and media and stuff, theaters is awesome. I think for distribution, streaming is better. But honestly, we'll take anything we get, right? Like, I don't think there's any right answer here, and I don't think we can control it anyway. So I don't think it really matters, as far as I'm concerned, of what kind of distribution we get, whether it's physical or digital. I think they'll both come eventually. I'm just guessing. And like I said, if enough people want it, if they demand it now, or if we get another bull run next year, the year after, whatever, then it's not like this is going away. The movie is like not going away, right? Like there's still, think about your favorite movies now. from maybe from the early 2000s or 5 years ago or whatever, you still probably even watch it more than once. So, and this is something that when you see it, I think you'll remember it. Whether you have good or bad feelings, remember it's a different story. But yeah, I'm happy to see a fair distribution, a fair story told on Richard. I think he deserves a fair shot, whether he's still the same guy or not, all that stuff too. I'm just glad to see people getting exposed to him. They can decide for themselves whether they like him or not. You know what's nice was Frogster spoke about desperation, cut out the scene T-Money. I thought I saw T-Money in one of the scenes dancing or something, or was it someone else? I don't know. I thought I saw him somewhere in there. But was that? Okay, I didn't get that. I didn't remember that, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of people in the documentary. I wonder if they're going to cut in any of the launch stuff. I know they're asking for footage. I wonder if there's going to be like this mashup at the end or something. I keep imagining of like launch content. So may see some more people in there. It'd be pretty interesting. But yeah, there's a lot of people in there. The movie's been going on forever, as far as shooting and production. So over 2 years, how much has changed? How many people have came and left, and this or that and stuff. So it'll be interesting. I'm all for a good story. So no matter who's in it, let's do it. I guess success in theater helps them sell. Yeah, it couldn't hurt. I'll say that. Couldn't hurt for sure. Let's move on though. Again, I'm not gonna go for another 10-15 minutes or so. Get your questions in if you have them. Yeah, this is a poll I asked just literally like an hour or so ago. Have you come to terms with Hex both being able to go up 10,000x and down 99%? That was on my mind today of like, everybody wants the coin they can buy that only goes up, right? Like, or you want to buy it, you want to time it so it can only go up after that. And you just want to, trading, right? You want to pretend like you know when to sell it. And some people can do it. I would wager most people can't. But it's like just these like expectations, right? Especially unreasonable expectations or over expectations that, takes a bear market sometimes and to go through the cycles to understand was your thesis correct, and what kind of, how can you improve or change or improve or change or otherwise in the future. So just want to cover that. What else is going on? Let's check the PulseX Farms real quick. Actually, I haven't looked at it much recently, but I know some changed. Sweet ink is still happening though. People are still earning ink as far as I know. Look at the APRs. Dyes went down some. Yeah, well, USDC is actually more than DAI, just a little bit APR. And we got the ink, and yeah, the ink farms, honestly, like I feel like I like them more than a lot, because you believe in the liquidity bonding, you believe in, all these things going up or down together. I don't know. I feel like the APR doesn't always, almost feel like there's an arbitrage opportunity sometimes. And again, I don't claim to be an expert on all these things. I'm not looking at every single angle. I'm not a game theorist, but sometimes I look at these APRs and think, shouldn't they? It seems like some of them are less risky than others. And I'm not going to say which ones. I'm going to talk about this or go deep into it, because I don't think I would fairly represent it anyways. Again, because I don't claim to be an expert, but I really think these ink pools are kind of a cool thing for if you believe in RH coins in general, outside of Hex. If you believe in the PulseChain, the 3 PulseChain coins here, ink, PLS, PLSX, and you want to earn more of that coin, which is ink, these seem like a pretty interesting deal for people. And then again, if Hex and PLS is still 30% APR, and yeah, the most popular pair, the most liquidity provided pair, PLSX and PLS, lowest, because again, that's what I'm talking about, the risk. I don't know. Is this just a reflection of people not valuing ink as much, or not understanding as much, or thinking it's not liquidity bonding? Maybe there's some contrarian plays there that make less people participate in the APR. But I've talked about this before. If you're participating in these farms, you can just, one play is to roll it. So you earn the ink. Say you earn 100 ink or something here, and then you roll that into to more of the farm. You stake and earn more of it, and then you can either sell half and buy, PLSX to provide the other part of it because you need equal sides, or you can just take your 100 ink, and then if you have more of the other one, you can put it in there too, and then you just keep increasing your size in the pool and you keep earning more ink. So it's this kind of a positive deal. Like if you want to participate that way, that's what I went over this in tweets too before. One strategy of doing this too, of just rolling your ink into the ink farms, and you earn more ink, but you keep rolling it into the farm as well. So you just keep compounding it. You're earning more ink, and you're also having more in there. And if the prices go up or they go down, you have more or less as far as that goes. So if you're interested, again, do your own research. Not financial advice. I don't advise anyone participate in pools because most people don't fully understand them or aren't interested. But that's one thing that I think is interesting about this. You can compound and keep rolling your ink. If you believe in those coins, maybe they go up over time, maybe they don't. So that's pretty cool. Oh, wow, we hit PulseX price. It was 0.3 for a while. Let's check that real quick. Pulse.com seems to be everyone's favorite website here as your tracker for portfolio and stuff too. We are fair enough over SAC price here for PLS. Looks like the average price at least is 369. Look at that, 369 for PLSX. Nice. So still pretty solid there. And then Hex, I know Hex has went up some recently. EHEX, I saw me tweet where, whoa, look at that candle. Saw me tweet where he was talking about EHEX getting dumped because somebody dumped like 100 some million or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. And talking about the highest of stakes too. Again, is this a buy the rumor, sell the news event, or sell the rumor, buy the news? I wonder the stats on that. How many times it actually turned out to be buy the rumor, sell the news? So maybe people are speculating on that too, with the documentary coming out and stuff like that. So should be interesting to see Hex, Inc., PulseX, and Pulse, my favorite coins at least, and how they perform. And then let's look at Validators real quick because I love looking at this globe. This looks pretty cool. Wow, 25,000. Yesterday was 24,000. And we went up what? We were 20,000 maybe a week or so ago. Wow, that is incredible growth. It's like a 20% growth or something in the last week or so. So kudos to everyone onboarding people and Validators. Wow, good job. Everyone's coming online. And it's going to get less cheap if the price goes up. If so, how much can you make money as a validator? I get this question all the time. It's a function of APY. It's a function of how many validators you are running. And it's a function of how much the pulse price is. If the pulse price goes up, that means you need more to run a validator. At one point, it was like 7K or something to run a validator. And then it got down to as low as like under 3K or so when the pulse price went down below SAC rate. And now it's around 3,400 so per validator to run. And what is it? I saw David I ran some numbers. I was looking at the chat. I saw Gamma talk about it. And David Feeder was on DCC talking about around 10K per day per validator pulse. And you can run the numbers, how many epochs they are, and how many epochs per day, and how much days per year. And you can kind of figure that out. I think it came out, didn't I add it up to like 3 million or something like that? 3 million pulse per validator per year. Don't quote me on those numbers, but I think I was looking at some math on that recently. And, at current prices, it's not much, right? So, I posted the other day the calculator for the Maximus Gold. I think Gold Key came up with a spreadsheet it was comparing the Maximus token values with the validator, running a validator, pulse validator and stuff too. So you could use that spreadsheet. Look for it somewhere. Just type in Gold Key, PulseChain validator deal. I think he's still got it on his channel. You should link to the spreadsheet, maybe in my comment on it too. And I'll post it on Twitter at some point as well. But that's a cool thing to check it out as well. And then, who knows? Who knows how much money you can make? It's really, your ROI, or you're running validators in the cloud, you're running them on the at your home and stuff like that. All the trade-offs I went through a few times. So it's interesting, but I'm glad to see network participation go up. more people interested in it. And who knows, like if this gets out of control, if it becomes 50K or 100K or 250K in the future, if the price goes up that much, you got to pay that much to become a validator. Then do we fork and like reduce it? Because that's going to be interesting if it's becomes that much. But I guess, again, all the prices go up, the gas fees go up, all the stuff, good problems to have. You can make a case for that. So anyways, just wanted to throw that in there. Since Jones roll ink into Hex, you can also, that is a move people can do. You can roll your RH coins and other RH coins and use your yield to compound or restake or roll into other stuff. A lot of different ways to do it. I don't advise any of them because I don't give advice, but lots of different ways to do it. Dave says, I have 1.4 million Hex stake at 008 till July next year. I thought I'm trying to be millionaires. Do not give advice on this channel, Dave. However, yeah, interesting. At 008, I mean, a lot of people think that's a good price. If you think the price will go up in the future and you're willing to wait and you're okay with all that stuff, I hope so. I hope that makes you a millionaire. I hope that makes all of us millionaires who have similar stakes or smaller or less. But welcome to the Hex staking club, mining club, publishing club. Again, I'm not the one to give advice on that, but I always like seeing people stake. I always like seeing people really delay gratification, believe in the product, and do that stuff too. So it sounds like a native stake. If you did HSI, there's more flexibility there. Native stake keeps you, I think has some benefits, keep you from selling or trading and other stuff too. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't give advice, but I think I like this ecosystem a lot, and I hope the ecosystem does very well in the future. Because we'll see. We'll see if the trailer feeds into that. What's up, Umberto? My humble opinion, trailers bit so it's disappointment up in line RH by price. Yeah, it's again. I think it's trying to be like you need again outrage marketing, right? If you want the most people to see it, you have to give them something that they think about, that they become just, oh, I need to see this because this guy's, he's talking about all this stuff. So I wouldn't have picked that to be the opening line from Richard, but again, I'm not a movie expert, so I think it'll be fine. But I think that's, I don't know, maybe they have a more PG friendly trailer that they'll be showing as well. But I think that trailer is pretty awesome. It's all for getting people interested. What's up, Lies Beneath the Truth? RH for the win. Yes, sir. Or madam. Welcome. RH for the win. Morning, thanks for streaming. Gonna be an interesting week ahead. Yeah, I think, it's just July. I think I'm going to spend some more time outside as well. But I want to give you guys an update on GoPulse and PulseX. We looked at that. Any questions? I'm about to head off. I'm at the 29-minute mark. I will take one question if you guys have anything, and then I will exit the throne here. Let's see. Again, you can see the cities and stuff. We're second place. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30, 28, 30 cities, something like that. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, it's also another poll. I've been doing a lot of polls lately. Just I think they're interesting. People tend to participate and stuff. The PulseChain Casino, if you won or lost money on the different farms that were there, or I guess there's still LP. If you go to and you go to here and look at the polls, you see the different ones that are still here. Look at the biggest volume. Yeah, there's still some Pepe stuff. There's still, various ones. Look at the, APR, Ink, PLS. Yes, there's some different ink pools and stuff here. Yeah, different stablecoin pools as well. Some of the copy pools too. Okay. take a look at that. And then, yeah, looks like we're going to wrap up. Oh, yeah, Tetra has a new website. I'll just go that real quick because I got pretty excited when I saw the interface. So look at this. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So you have your assets here. You have the different strategies that you've deployed, it looks like. Your profit loss margins and stuff. Portfolio values. Pretty cool. I think Tetra, like I said, is going to be, if they can pull it off, like I said, it's an ambitious project. If they can pull it off, I think it'd be very, very cool. So, the token, you can just stake the token. The token doesn't have much to do with the platform other than you can stake it and earn fees, from what I understand. But besides that, it's like just a way to automate your DeFi strategies and stuff. So I think it's very interesting. And so you guys check that out if you're interested. Appreciate that, Johnny. Good to see you, man. All right, that's all I got today. So with that, appreciate everyone. Scivive and 5555. We are out.